Hello, everyone, and welcome to our updated video series here at Scailyte. This is our first episode, and I'm really happy to introduce Diana Stoycheva, our principal expert scientist. The floor is yours. Please introduce yourself.
Hi, Kaloyan. It's my second video, actually. 2 years ago, you already did that. And yeah, things have changed since then. It seems a long time ago. I'm Diana Stoycheva, and I'm a principal expert scientist at Scailyte now, but I started as an intern. So my background is in immunology and immunooncology. I studied in Heidelberg, biotechnology, but ever since my first immunology lecture, I became religious to immunology and did a PhD in tumor immunology in Berlin, and a series of postdocs at the ETH in immunology and again immunooncology before I joined Scailyte 3 years ago, where I started as an intern and developed, however, based mainly on my scientific background skills and apparently soft skills, which developed together with my role at Scailyte.
Can you tell me a little bit about what inspired you to join Scailyte and how your role has evolved since you started?
Yeah, what inspired me to join was a job search. I was very desperate to move away from academia. And I started as an intern. I actually applied for a normal scientist position, but at that time, the business model of Scailyte was not clear. So I joined as an intern. But what made me stay at Scailyte once joining as an intern was I guess the team culture is one which has been very stable throughout the 3 years I've been here, and also the cutting edge science. I've always been a very strong scientific enthusiast and wanted to actually apply my knowledge into something more impactful. And this motivated me to stay. And very quickly, I moved from an intern into a senior scientist and then into a principal scientist. And my role has been evolving and adapting to the ever-changing business model at Scailyte. So I started doing clinical projects, then moved more to industry projects. My role within the team also was evolving together with the development of my soft skills. So we've been also very good at practicing sharing feedback. And coming from academia, these things are so irrelevant. So when you start working so tightly in a team, I had a very steep learning curve.
Based on your accomplishment in your history so far at Scailyte, can you share a recent project or an accomplishment that you're particularly proud of?
To everything I am doing and everything we are doing at the company is a teamwork. So whatever I've achieved is not my achievement. It's usually achievement of the whole team. And as I said, one of the things where I'm really good at is presenting Scailyte externally and infecting other people with my enthusiasm for not only cutting edge science, but also the science that we are doing. And recently we sponsored and presented at a big networking event, Biotech X in Basel a month ago, where I presented our science and received a lot of positive feedback. So it was very fulfilling for me, but it's not my science, so I can't even say that it is my achievement, right? But I managed to transfer my enthusiasm for what we do to others. And additionally, recently, all my scientific enthusiasm into bringing the team forward with scientific knowledge resulted in a regular newsletter. Since I'm anyway doing all the work in collecting all these papers and reading about the application of single-cell technologies in immunooncology specifically, we started the Sky Digest series, where I'm summarizing the learnings I've been already summarizing for the team internally. I'm very happy to share that and share the cutting edge science that we are doing and single cell technologies are bringing to the field.
Thank you for your answer. And moving on to the next question, in your opinion, what is the main differentiator and what sets Scailyte apart from other organizations in the field?
Well, I don't have too much experience in other organizations to make the very fair comparison. And I think there is a lot of great science being done in other companies as well. So I would say one thing that I find extraordinary here is the great science that we are doing. Without even comparing it to others, I think it's also very unique. So I don't need to compare it to others. But what I also see as part of our team culture is that we are very bold. And we are not intimidated by more conservative structures in the clinical and pharma business. We are really thinking very bold. And this is part of the team culture, which is something that's very specific. I have hardly experienced it in other companies, or when talking to other colleagues, have actually seen it being very open and transparent and bold and moving together as a team.
Thank you. And just to finalize, and the final question on this little interview, how do you envision the impact of Scailyte's work on the future of healthcare and diagnostics?
I think we are very aligned, and we're constantly being aligned over and over again, is to actually make biggest impact in precision medicine, right? To contribute in answering complex biological processes by our AI and with the help of very rich multi-omics data. And that's being adopted more and more in precision medicine. So finding the right patient for the right treatment. And that's where we are excelling. And with the rise and adoption of these complex technologies and the data, I think Scailyte's contribution is becoming more and more obvious, in some cases almost inevitable when you get really lost in this big data. And in finding translatable biomarkers is really a best fit that I see will become more and more obvious in the future as well with the adoption of these technologies.
Thank you very much for your answers. And just final thing, what would you say to everyone watching? What is your take-home message? What do you want people to do after watching this video?
Be bold. Do what you love to do.
Thanks a lot, Diana. And thanks everyone for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.